G'day and hello beautiful people, it is Minwell here. Hope you're having a fantastic day, afternoon, evening, night, no matter the time wherever you are. Hope life is treating you well. Back for some more Walker Wednesday, kicking things off with Road to Survival, a familiar sight for this series. Now let's debrief on the recent ending of the Christmas event with Christmas Carol. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I was extremely lazy in the end when it come to getting her to the second tier. And the reason I was only a few points off actually finishing the mission event, which I had 9 out of 10, which would have got me the one for the tier 2. And the reason why I didn't finish it is, number one, I wasn't willing to spend the $5.99 or whatever it was to get the last ditch effort of the bells to then replay a stage, which would have got me her, no doubt, but she wasn't a good enough character that I wanted in my roster that made sense for me to actually do that. And I have no doubt that later on there will be events that will have her in it where I will get the chance to get duplicates of her and of course tier her up. So that's why I didn't do it, and I got lazy towards the end. I was actually busy playing other games, I'm not going to lie, and doing other things in general. So I didn't farm very hard for her. Definitely there was a possibility of getting her to tier 3, possibly with just farming. I'm not 100% sure though because I was lazy about it. But this is just me leveling her up a bit here. Like I said, she's not particularly that great of a character. I looked up her stats and it was just like meh, so it wasn't worth going hard. Plus I don't particularly want to spend money on this game these days, so that's the reasoning for that. But let's get on with it. Christmas event is over and New Year's is here. And essentially when it comes to this one, we've got the Rumble, in which you farm for your resolutions, your 2020 little cool glasser things there that I personally would never wear, but thankfully you don't have to wear them, you have to collect them. It's just going through the resolutions, roadmap which is available daily, and you just go through and finish this and get the glasses. You also have event missions at the moment. You got arena that is happening, so you can also get them through that. It's just a matter of keeping your eyes open on the event missions, and that's how you grind your way into getting these. So then you can perform the Rumble on the road map and get yourself the chance at some gold mythics. Now, I'm much more of a bigger fan of how this event is structured compared to the Christmas one. The reasoning being is even though it's a chance, it's very RNG based when you actually get the mythic crate. I prefer having more characters available rather than the one character. Now, if the one character was good, maybe, but Carol wasn't particularly that great. Like, she wasn't horrible, but she wasn't good enough to really put in your first team or second, maybe, I don't know. But she just wasn't something that I was like, oh, I must grind and get. I did the bare minimum and got her to whatever she was, and that was enough for me. So I like that they do have gold mythics that are from various events, so that you may be able to get them to either tier 3 or tier 2, depending on where your character is. I know it's RNG based, like I said, which is a bit disappointing, but at least there's a lot more characters available, and that's a plus in my books. There's 2,000 characters, so Back to the Future, well, it's not even Back to the Future, in the near future I should say, event there, you got like your Michonne, you've got your Andrea, so there are the 2,000 sort of characters in there. You got Hilltop, Commonwealth, what else have we got, Woodbury. Like, there's plenty of characters in there that have been around and that people would probably want or need, hoping RNG is on their side, get a duplicate of them. If not, in this event in particular, you got a chance at 5 acts, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that would be 5 characters if there's 5 acts, that makes sense. So you got a chance at 5 characters. Like I said, you're not going to get the same character over and over. These characters are good if you've got a missing edition, or you're looking to tier up another character. And you also have a chance at gold mythic tokens as well. But I don't know why I like this event more. Maybe because, I think it's because Carol's so garbage. Like, I was being nice when I said she was okay, I think. But that's the way it goes. As you can see, pretty much sped through that, and I sped through it again with editing because I don't like sitting down. I just put that in the fallback. But let's go on to Survivors. That's Road to Survival done. It's pretty much just grinding for some more another event. When it come to Survivors this week, I basically was upgrading my characters. I just put Holly in here because she's a legendary, one of the better fighters I sort of had for leveling up this week, so it just made sense to put her in there. I didn't want to throw in a bunch of sort of epics and so forth. It's not really exciting, so we just put Holly in there. She's pretty much decked out, as you can see, with the uncommon gear, so she has a fairly high power rating, but she's still only 1-star level 49, so plenty of improvement for her there. And then it was basically just all about upgrading the town to get it ready for level 15, and that's basically what I was doing. So as you can see here, typically, like I always do, I level everything up to the town hall level. So level 14 here, everything's been leveled up, and I'm ready to get my town hall to level 15, which I'll do the whole new process again and keep going. Honestly, can't wait until I fully upgrade this town, because I feel like it will be so much peaceful not having to worry about upgrading buildings all the time. I think it's hard when you've maxed your town hall out in another game that you play and you've got most of your town sort of upgraded, that you're sort of starting over again, but it's okay. And this is me skipping in or free finishing this. So level 15 now is my town hall. Level 16, I'm not going to lie, is the one I'm looking most excited for, and that's because I can actually get the tier 6 fighters. At the moment I'm stuck with a tier 5, and it's just sort of, my team has got legendaries in it and epics minimum, and they're fairly high levels, and having tier 5s is, I want the tier 6 fighters, I'm not going to lie. So level 16 is what I'm most looking forward to with my town hall, but I've got a bit of a way to go before I finish it with the 15 anyways. One of the hardest things every time I upgrade my town hall is working out where I can fit things in, because I'm severely OCD with that sort of stuff. And what you see here is me just throwing them down so I can level them up, and then later on I go through and play Tetris with them. Pretty tedious Tetris there. And get them looking nice so that I'm happy and can sleep at night about my town looking pretty sexy. But as you can see, brand new town, level 15 town hall, 14 everything else, and it's just the whole week just going through and leveling everything up. I usually start with the front side, so the one closest to, I can't even say the gate because there's 4 lots of gates, but the one closest to my 2 towers at the front there, I always do, it would be the right side, I guess, if you look at it that way. I always do the front side first to the right, and try and level up all those buildings. They have most of my important buildings, like it's got my formations, my radio, my bar, my sites, so my scavenger, my library, it's got all my training grounds, my post office. So like I said, it has the majority of my really, really important buildings when it comes to my team, so I try and level it up first, especially when it comes to my formations. So always the training grounds and the actual formation grounds are leveled up as quick as possible, I could say. They're definitely not called formation grounds, but that's okay. I'm going to call them that until I can remember what they're actually called. I also have my camps over there as well, but I'm just going through and leveling up all those. They're called squares. Okay, the formation squares, so the squares. Always try and level those up first, so you get those extra bit of fighters in there. Unfortunately, once you hit sort of level, I'm gonna say 15. 14 wasn't that bad. 15, your duration of your actual builds increases immensely, and you're going, like, for your average builds are like 9 to 13 hours, so I was used to sort of crushing and just smashing through leveling, and now I've slowed down a lot and I'm having to use a lot of my time sort of speed ups just to try and get through it a bit quicker because at the moment I'm really intent on leveling fast, so now it's hindered me, so I'm using a lot of speed up. So level 15 is probably the worst for building in speeds, I guess you could say. And then it was just about leveling up my carriage. I got it up another few levels as well in the garage. I think it's level 6 now. No, it's level 6. I got it past one more past the level 5, so it's definitely level 6 right now. The easiest part was actually getting the carriage. The hardest part is getting the iron and steel. I think it's copper actually, not iron. The copper and steel to actually... There is iron in there too. I don't know what that's for. I swear I'm not making that up. But the hardest thing is actually getting the resources to upgrade it. At the moment, the copper's not that bad. I'm low on the steel, and because you need steel for every one of the exterior upgrades, like copper you only need for the gathering speed or the body upgrade, where the steel you actually need for 3 lots of the exterior upgrades, so that's 3 times the amount. It's slightly less. Oh, it is iron. I knew it was iron. I'm not crazy. Okay, it's not steel, it's iron. Okay, so the iron is the one I'm struggling with at the moment. The steel's for the bloody forging. Okay, never mind. I'm still new to the game, okay? I'm still new and I still get things mixed up. Let's move on for that. That's awkward. We'll move on to days, not... Days after, not days before. Let's get it right, thanks. Pretty much this week it was all about hunting Bambi and any sort of furry. No, it wasn't really, it just so happens that's what it turned into. But essentially I was looking for hidden chests. I know a few of the stages that have the hidden chests, so I was just going through, and this was just me farming up. I was looking for the chest so that I could finish my day 8 mission. I've been pretty lazy when it comes to the missions. I haven't been really doing them, so now I'm trying to actively do them. And this is sort of what I'm up to right now, is the day 8, trying to find the hidden chest. And then we'll finish up. Before that I had to craft my first shotgun. I don't really like crafting gear that doesn't have the stars on it, so isn't 1 star, 2 star, 3 star sort of thing, because I would rather just find... Sorry. This is the part where I was doing so well fighting the animals that I ended up boxing a wolf and losing my pants. That I could not take out. That was just, that was some quality. Now I can't remember what I was talking about. That's too much. Anyways, I did quickly put my pants back on. I've learnt my lesson from the first video where I was rolling around with no pants. The underwear in this game for the... I don't know what it's like for the male, but for the female it's very little, especially when they're crouched down grabbing things, so I'm sort of like trying to be wary of that because I don't know why. But anyways, after I did get the hidden chest, I managed to... After the overall special mission was I had to go to the mines. This is a tier 4, level 4 hard sort of, or difficult level. I don't really have the weaponry for that, because typically the weaponry for that has to at least be 2 or 3 stars. So I can't manufacture the weapons for that just yet, because I haven't found the blueprints to research to get them to that high, star level. So I don't really go to the mine very often unless it's for things like this. And as you can see here, it's not that these guys on the outside that don't hit hard, it's the ones on the inside. Now I actually had to come back numerous times, and I did die at one point because I got a bit cocky, I won't lie, and sort of tried to stand my ground, and 3 zombies come after me, and some of them were the infectious zombies, so my infectious rate went up to like 200 or something like that, and my health just went down, and it was ridiculous. So like I said, I wasn't overly prepared, so I had prepared, I should say. So I had to make multiple trips, but in the end I did get there. So day 8 finished, day 9 diving into darkness, ready to go. But as always, I hope you did enjoy it. Thank you for watching. Always remember how awesome you are. Bye!
Chase a light when the world is getting darker. I have a dream where love's the only side. So take my hand, join the army of the side.